Hi Star Fam, welcome back to another reading for the Star Fam Collective. I hope you're all doing good. Get started with a message card, Miracles Now. We got true abundance is an inside job. Because if you're not grateful for anything, you can have everything in the world and still not feel abundant. But if you have almost nothing and you're grateful for it, then it's easy to feel abundant. You do feel abundant. Okay, let's get one more. We got, I trust that my gut reaction is the truth underneath the surface of my fears. How about on this one? I can't see it. Or is that weird? I'm gonna put it here then. Okay. Now I'm gonna get an animal medicine card. God, what animal does the Star Fam Collective need wisdom from today? Armadillo. I think armadillo is boundaries. So maybe the Star Fam Collective or someone in the Star Fam Collective is needing to hold their boundaries. Yep, it's boundaries. Okay. Armadillo, armor all my boundaries, teach me my shields, reflect all the hurt so I will not yield. Okay, armadillo wears its armor on its back, its medicine a part of its body, its boundaries of safety are a part of its total being. Armadillo can roll into a ball and never be penetrated by enemies. What a gift it is to set your boundaries so that harmful words or intentions just roll off. Your lesson is in setting up what you are willing to experience. If you do not wish to experience feeling invaded, just call on armadillo medicine. Okay, a clue to how to proceed. Sorry, my throat chakra. A clue to how to proceed is to make a circle on a piece of paper and see it as a medicine shield. In the body of the shield, write all that you are desiring to have, do, or experience. Oh, I've done this before. Include all the things that give you joy. This sets up boundaries that allow only these chosen experiences to be part of your life. So for instance, you could write, I only want reciprocal friendships. I only want a lover who cares about my well-being, stuff like that. These boundaries become a shield to ward off the things which are undesirable to you. The shield reflects what you are and what your will is to others on an unconscious level. Outside of the shield, you may put what you are willing to experience by invitation only. For example, a visit from a long-lost relative or criticism from friends or people needing handouts. If armadillo has waddled into the cards you chose, it is time to define your space. You may have been too willing to let your home become a bus station. You may find that you cannot say no even when you know that you will have to cancel plans to be obliging. This routine can get old in a hurry. I mean, they're preaching to the choir. It may be time to ask yourself the following questions. 1. Am I honoring the time I need for my personal enjoyment? 2. Do others treat me like a doormat? 3. Why do I always get upset when I'm taken for granted? 4. Is there a reason for my being a yes person? All of the answers to these questions relate to setting up boundaries, what you will and won't do, what makes you feel uncomfortable and what is comforting to you. How you react in any circumstance has to do with your ability to be objective. You cannot be objective if you cannot tell where the other person's personality stops and where yours begins. If you have no boundaries, you are like a sponge. It will seem as if all the feelings in a room full of people must be yours. Ask yourself if you are really feeling depressed or if this feeling actually belongs to the person you are talking to. Then allow Armadillo's armor to slice in between, giving you back your sense of self. Wow, that's powerful. So, in my own past, I'm a very giving person, and I love to give, and I love to help people. And in my own past, I helped people, and then they just never stopped coming back for help, to a point where I needed to reevaluate my boundaries with people. I feel like I've needed to reevaluate my boundaries with people on a sort of yearly basis, where even my own family and things like that, where I go, is this working for me? Is this making me uncomfortable? Am I feeling drained after doing this? Yes, I want to help people, but I don't want to be used by people. I don't want to be mistreated or disrespected by people. And so it seems to me, and maybe it's just me, but it seems to me that boundaries are something that you renegotiate as you go along, and you're seeing what's working and what's not working for you in your life. And we all have the right and the free will to decide when something isn't working for us anymore. Oh, well, I used to take your calls all the time, but that doesn't work for me. So now I'm only going to take your calls on Saturday, or I'm going to only call you when I want to talk, or whatever it is that needs to be renegotiated in terms of boundaries. Okay, let's get going with let's do Keepers of the Light next. And getting the boundaries card with true abundance is an inside job, is giving me that, because we're talking about boundaries, it's giving me that if you have weak boundaries, you are not weak, okay, but the boundary itself is weak, right? Or porous is maybe a nicer way to put it. You can feel like you're being depleted, like you're being robbed, like you're being taken from too much, and that will mess with your ability to feel abundant, right? And that feeling of being abundant is what attracts more abundance into your life. So what can happen, and it's happened to me in the past, is that feeling a lack of abundance, or instead of feeling like you're a giver and you have more than enough to give, you begin to feel depleted, I think is the best word. And if you are feeling depleted, or you are beginning to feel like your feelings are hurt, or you're feeling needy, okay, that is a sign that you are being robbed of your feeling of abundance. You are being robbed of your feeling of having enough. Probably because, and it doesn't have to be other people, it can just be situations, but probably because you have like a weak boundary somewhere in there with somebody or something in your life. Even if it's just like, I say yes to people that I want to spend time with, but then I'm overtired the next day and my day at work is harder, right? That itself is like a weak boundary that needs to be addressed. And that feeling of being like, now I'm run down and now I'm put out, now I'm resentful, that is it's like an alarm going. Anytime you feel overly needy or overly worn out or overly depleted, that's like an alarm going off that says you're being drained somewhere too much. You need to change that boundary and make it work for you. Okay, so you need to say, I love hanging out with you guys. I love going out with you at night, but I can't do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because it just makes I'm overtired, I'm worn out, it makes my week work too hard. No, I'm not going to do it. No, I can't do it. Okay, well, from now on, I can't do it. I know I did it in the past, but now I cannot do it. It doesn't work for me anymore. I need something else for me, right? I'll go out with you Friday, Saturday, but I can't do it during the beginning part of the week, right? Or whatever the boundary is, whatever it is. But yeah, so then true abundance is an inside job. When you have really strong boundaries and you've pulled back enough that you're able to fill your own cup up and feel it being full, then it's easier to feel abundant. It's easier to feel grateful because you're not so worn down, right, and taken advantage of. And being able to feel your own cup is full, even if you're the only one filling it, being able to feel that your cup is full and that feeling of true abundance, that is attracting more abundance to you, right? That's why it's an inside job, right? You can't have like your energy leaking out and your resources leaking out and it's all willy-nilly, and then be able to maintain that for any prolonged period of time. So, God, can you give us a Keepers of the Light Oracle card, please? What does the collective need today? We got Archangel Michael. Trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. So this card is letting us know that heaven has you. You can trust heaven. Okay, heaven's got your back. All right, let's get a Archangel and Gemstone Guardian card. Got Danburite. It's funny, I think I know so many crystal names, but then I do these cards and I'm like, I've never heard of Danburite. All right. Are you focused on romance right now? Decide to create happiness and harmony and see an increase in loyal and caring friends in your life. Decide to accept love in your life. Allow the development of a new romantic relationship or the rekindling of an existing one. And then on the back we have Archangel Chamuel. I sparkle and shine. I emanate harmony and love. I am grateful for my fantastic significant other, presently known or unknown. I allow love. I have the best friends. Well, that's pretty great. Danburite. So maybe someone in the collective is going to sort of reignite the romance in the relationship, or perhaps find new romance, find something new, or friendship. It said friendship too. So yeah, decide to create happiness and harmony and see an increase in loyalty and caring friends in your life. So again, that's about the inner creation. Okay, let's get conscious spirit. Spirit guides. I open my heart to my guides and trust in the wisdom they share with me. Guardian angels, spirit guides, and your higher self form part of a spiritual support system that can help guide and protect you through difficult stages of your life. But you need to acknowledge their presence by inviting them into your life. You have free will and they cannot interfere unless you request assistance from them. This card is a reminder to you that through meditation or prayer, you can get the guidance you require. It is important to connect to and thank your guides regularly, building up a relationship with them. Learn to read the signs and messages they share with you. Your questions to them may be answered in ways you might not expect. They can come through situations of synchronicity, through friends or family, or through a book or object you are drawn to. Signs of their presence are often feathers, butterflies, or birds. Be open and aware of these signs, and soon you will understand their meanings. Be patient and understand that the help you seek will come to you at the right time. Trust in divine timing. The more you work with your guides, the easier it will be to become to recognize the ways in which their love and guidance is shown to you. Try not to contact your guides only when you want something from them. Regularly connect with them and show your love and gratitude. So connect with them when you want something, but also connect with them the rest of the time when you're not in a feeling of need. just to get to know them, to build up the relationship. Okay, let's get some Osho Zen Tarot. Thumbs it down. Alright. So what does the Starfem Collective need to know today? What messages do you have for them? Letting go. Guidance. Again, it's that spirit guide guidance. Whoops. Receptivity. The rebel. Sharing. Harmony. And one more. Schizophrenia. And this one came out too. Playfulness. Okay, so please clarify letting go. Ooh. The outsider. Change. And healing. So someone in the collective may be needing to or called upon to, or may have already let go of something or someone, even if that's like a feeling or, you know, negative thoughts or self-talk or whatever. Followed by the outsider and change and healing. This is giving me that the collective may have felt ostracized or not included, or like an outsider looking in on a situation, and that is requiring or going to change, and that will lead to healing. So maybe the letting go is essential to being able to move forward and allow the universe to come in and offer you that change and that healing. All right, guidance. Exhaustion. Tuning in. Oops. The Lovers. And past lives. So maybe the guidance being offered to the collective by the spirit guides and the divine right now is to move out of a period of exhaustion, or help heal or fix their exhaustion by taking time out for themselves, quiet time, peaceful time out for themselves, and just tuning out all the distractions. And that might allow the collective to bring in someone new, a new lover, new friends, new experiences, and that will either be connected to past lives or heal something from a past life. You could be being told to take some time out to yourself to help heal your exhaustion, so that you make room for new people coming in that you have a connection to from past lives. So like your soul family, right? Because soul families tend to reincarnate in small groups together over and over again to help each other as friends, family, co-workers, that kind of thing. Just like karmics can reincarnate just to, you know, cause trouble in your life after life after life, so too can your soul family, in order to provide support and love and encouragement in your many lives. Trust. So receptivity, we have trust. The dream. Success. So being receptive and trusting in the universe is going to allow the collective or someone in the collective to turn their dreams into a reality and have success with them. All right, the Rebel, nothingness. We have projections and adventure. So there might be a need to do something new or rethink something already in progress. With nothingness and projections following, what I'm getting from this is that the collective needs to be a pioneer. Go out on their own, break those chains, break those old patterns, break those ancestral curses. Whatever has been done the way that it's been done up until now, it's time to move past that. And his bird, I believe, is an eagle. Looks like a golden eagle. So Spirit has got you. Spirit's guiding you to break out of whatever has worked up till now, or hasn't been working, excuse me, up until now. Break those chains, try something new, be a pioneer, start from nothing. Maybe no one came before you in this field, or maybe no one's done the dream you want to do before, or maybe you don't know how to do it, you don't know where to start, or maybe you're already doing the chain breaking and now you're getting a fresh start, or you're going to try something new as well, or instead of what you've been doing. It's going to move you beyond projections, beyond the illusions, right? Beyond the lies and the fantasy and whatever, and into an adventure that is lit up by Spirit for you. All right, you're completely safe and protected, and you and your inner child are going to walk into this beautiful light. All right, what do we need to know about sharing? Let's clarify sharing. We have guilt. Oh, we have the Master. Yeah, we are the world. So maybe when it comes to sharing, there's been some kind of guilt holding you back. Maybe you feel that I was going to say maybe you feel that something or someone is holding you back, which might be why the first card was letting go. But what I'm getting from this is that, like, if you look at the card, the hands clawing at her are coming from these dark clouds, right, of illusion. But then above that are these beautiful flowers in bloom. So her reality isn't actually bad. She's not experiencing a difficult or bad reality. There's just these sort of low vibrational energies that are like bothering her. They're, I wouldn't say attacking, because the flowers tell me that everything's okay, but that maybe in the past have been trying to interfere with her ability to see clearly and enjoy the beautiful abundance and bounty around her. And then that's followed by the Master. So the collective is going to be mastering their own ascension, mastering their own lives, mastering their own lessons. And We Are the World lets me know that they're not going to be doing it alone. They're going to be linking up with other light workers, surrounding the planet with light and love and wisdom and healing. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. You know, that sharing is going to be beautiful. All right, let's get some clarity for harmony. Mind, maturity, and the Fool. So falling under harmony, we have mind, maturity, and the Fool. This is letting me know that worrying about the past, that's what I'm getting from this card, because these sort of seem to be, they could be candles, but they remind me of the tower. They're like little mini towers, right, all around her head. And then just like a bunch of junk in her head, or his head. What I'm getting from this is that worrying about the past and, you know, the difficulties of the past is something that the collective is moving beyond into this beautiful flowering Empress maturity energy. And that's going to provide a new start that is sanctioned by the universe. So maybe that's part of the healing and the harmony, is to move past that busy mind, move past worrying about things that you can't control, focus on what you can control, focus on your own path, your own journey, and that's going to become a beautiful adventure. Schizophrenia, we have intensity. What else? Moment to moment. And ripeness. I'm not taking reversals. I usually do take reversals, but for this particular reading, I just felt called to not take any reversals. I don't know why, but you know, when you get those intuitive nudges, I think we should follow them, right? Okay, so for schizophrenia, which is sort of like an indecision, it's just sort of like the Two of Swords. Actually, it might even be, because the Osho Zen Tarot is a tarot deck, so most of the cards are equivalent to the standard Rider-Waite tarot. But yeah, so this is like an indecision, or taking a pause to figure out what choice you want to make, or what you want to say, or what you want to do. Followed by intensity, moment to moment, and ripeness. This is letting me know that there may have been, while trying to make a decision, right? Because it can be really hard if you feel like you're not quite sure what to do. While trying to make a decision, it could have been very emotionally intense or energetically intense for the collective, but to just take it step by step, and then ripeness is divine timing. So as you're moving through the intensity of life and making choices and picking your path and things like that, Spirit is asking you to just slow down a little, take it moment to moment, take it step by step, one step at a time, right? And then that allows you to synchronize with the divine timing, so that when you're ripe, when the situation's ripe, when the timing's ripe, the fruit will fall. And then the last one is playfulness. So can we get some clarity for playfulness? Integration. Inner voice. One more, please. That's too many. I'm just going to take the top one. All right, and innocence. So, playfulness is kind of it's just like letting your freak flag fly. It's just be your true, weird, authentic self, and just have fun. Just be authentically you. Walk your own path. Like, let your light shine. You know, don't hide under a bushel. Let that light shine, and like, you're sprinkling these beautiful light sparkles and this incredible joy everywhere you go when you walk in that energy. And the clarification is integration, inner voice, and innocence, which lets me know that the way to this lighthearted energy may have taken you may have gone through a lot, okay? And there may have been a whole bunch of light and a whole bunch of dark that you were dealing with during your life up until this point. But you have integrated it. You have become a master of integration, of figuring out where things belong, whether they're for you or whether they're not for you. And that's being done by listening to your inner voice, going within, really focusing on what your soul is calling you to do, what God or the divine is calling you to do. And that result of that is innocence. See, the thing is, if you look at this card of the Master, he looks like a very serious dude. This is Osho, I think. This is Osho. And Osho was a guru. I don't really believe in gurus. I think we should all be our own guru. And I knew a guy once who went to a guru, and I had this conversation with him. And I said to him, I believe we should all be our own guru, and we should all have our own direct connection to the divine. And he said, that's what my guru says. And I just thought that was hilarious. But so a serious dude, okay? This is a wise, enlightened master. He is a master of his own ascension. He is like an emperor, an empress, a high priestess, a hierophant, and he knows who he is, okay? Now, if you look at this card, Innocence, it looks like the same guy, but instead of having a sort of wise guru look and vibe to him, he's just relaxing. He's just being. He's not having to control anything. He's not having to figure anything out. He's not having to work on his ascension at the moment. He's just interacting with fellow living creatures, with the earth itself, with the divine, and enjoying it, you know? He's part of nature. He's part of God's creation. He's not separate or on a pedestal or anything. He's just being himself, and he's just connecting with another being that is also just being itself. And that's the Innocence card. So I think that is a great place to leave that. I want to get you a rune before we go. So pick a rune. Ooh, I think this might be Sigil. Let's find out. Oh, I was wrong. It's Io. Okay. Io. It's death, news of a friend or enemy from the past, the recurrence of old problems, false nostalgia for the past. Many people are frightened of Io because it is often called the death rune. It can mean this in a reading, but it also refers to news received by the querent from someone he or she has lost contact with. This person could either be a friend or someone opposed to the inquirer's best interests. Considering the nature of this rune, it could even be a spirit message from someone who is deceased. It is also a prediction that old problems the querent thought had been solved will return to haunt him from the past. This is because they were not dealt with effectively the first time around, and there is some clearing up of old energies to be done before the matter is finally resolved. Also, while it is good to have fond memories of past events, we must not dwell on the glories of yesteryear or conjure up mythical good old days that did not exist, but move on into the present and the future. As L.P. Hartley once said, the past is a foreign country and they do things differently there. When a reading is being scrutinized for signs of spirituality, the Och rune offers a seeker the teaching that death is not something to be feared, but another step in the evolution of the soul. While there is no written evidence for reincarnation as a popular belief among those who use the rune, While there is no written evidence for reincarnation as a popular belief among those who used the runes in ancient times, it did play an important part in many pagan religious systems. The reality of reincarnation was symbolized in the ancient myth of the sacrificial death of the pagan gods and their rebirth as enlightened beings. This can be seen in the stories relating to the sacrificed gods such as Osiris, Adonis, Tammuz, and Odin. So what I'm getting from this rune, the Och rune, is that the past is in the past. And while once in a while it might pop back up again, our job is to put it to bed and leave it in the past. So to make your peace with the past, to have that clear boundary there for the past, and to do any letting go that needs to be done in order to move forward in your own life, on your own path, right? You don't need to be carrying baggage from the past or unresolved issues from the past. And I want to get an angel number for you guys. 970. You're on the right path for your divine life mission, and every aspect of your purpose is supported and guided by God. All right, and I'm going to get a herbiary card. All right. Ooh. This one really wants to come out. Be yourself, Daisy. All right. Daisy comes from a huge family. Her sisters Chamomile, Echinacea, Boneset, Elecampane, Feverfew, and Milk Thistle, to name just a few, are among our greatest healers. Luckily, Daisy learned early on that the best way to distinguish herself was simply to be herself. So despite her tomboy appearance with white petals often tatty or rumpled and her status as the most common of medicines, she'll heal a bruise and quiet inflammation, but nothing like her cousin Arnica Montana. She's a favorite guest. She persistently finds her way into our homes and gardens to remind us over and over again that loving ourselves as we are is the very best medicine. Okay, that's your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.